Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. We're going to be playing with more Mewtwo V-Union, but this time around we are pairing it up with Arceus. This deck has been doing pretty well in online tournaments recently, so I wanted to give this deck a try. There are a lot of questionable cards here, but I'm not going to make any adjustments personally to the deck. We have Arceus V-STAR with the Starburst ability, letting us get any two cards from our deck that we need, and we have Trinity Nova to do 200 and power up a Pokemon V on the bench. And then we have the Mewtwo V-Union pieces with the Union Gain attack to attach to Psychics from discard pile to this Pokemon. We have Super Regeneration, healing 200 damage from this Pokemon as well. And we also have Size Explosion, putting 16 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. And finally, Final Burn, doing 300 damage, and with the choice builds, 330, one-shotting every single Pokemon out there at the moment, except the turn to ZMAX, I guess, but no one's playing that. Photon Barrier, prevent all effects of attacks from burns that Pokemon done to this Pokemon, so that's a pretty cool ability to have, preventing weird things from taking you down. And then the idea is to get all the pieces into discard pile so you can get back the Mewtwo and power it up through Arceus. So Professor Burnett is going to help us by discarding 2 cards from our deck. Adventurous Discovery, putting those cards into our hand, and then we can discard them with Ultra Ball or next turn with Research, and helps us get our Arceus set up. We also have a bunch of energy to make sure we can attack with both of our Pokemon. And then we have Marnie, Sharon Scare, Boss, Research, the good old combination. We do have extra draw in the tracking shoes. We do have a Canceling Cologne, so I can get past Miltank with an Arceus, but also we do have the Size Explosion to get past any Miltank, so we should be fine. We have Energy Recycler to recover energies that we might have lost along the way, along with Palpat to recover supporters, a single copy of Hyper Potion to potentially heal either of our big HP Pokemon, and 2 Collapse Stadium along with 1 Path to a Peak, and 1 Big Charm and 2 Choice Builds. So let's jump into the ladder, see what we can do with this deck and how we fare. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Poton Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, let's give this deck a try. With only 4 basic Pokemon, I expect a lot of mulligans, which is one thing I don't really like about this deck. Okay, and now we have a absolutely horrible hand. We only mulliganed once though. And we're up against an Arceus mirror match. Alright. No whiffs from my opponent. We do majorly whiff right here. I mean, on paper I should be safe-ish. I do want to thin though. So, and I'm definitely gonna go boss on that Arceus, and I think I have to play it on the path. If I don't play it on the path, I am like basically dead. So I'll do this, and I'll play it on the path, and then I would definitely appreciate a Marnie, I guess. But playing very defensively. Like on paper, I don't see how this deck is good. Its early game just feels so shaky, so like you need to high roll big time. You go second, you're in such a bad spot no matter what. Alright, we do get Marnied, which I lose the Arceus, I think that's fine. We seem to be up against the Arceus Flying Pika deck, perhaps. Okay. We got a Research, so we get to play. But yeah, that's gonna be a Pumpkaboo. Avery, okay, that's definitely not in the usual Crobat lists. And there's a Pumpkaboo that'll probably end up going for a switching card and a Path to a Peak. I think that would be reasonable. That way they continue to lock the V-Star. There's nothing I can do about it other than drawing my Raw Collapse Stadium. I did prize one of the two. All right. Escape rope. Or it could be choice belt Sig for the knockout too. Maybe they just grabbed Bibarel though. No path yet. No counter path yet. They didn't play it before the Bibarel, so that might actually indicate that they didn't grab it. And now there's a second Beetle, so I don't know. Questionable plays overall from my opponent. But hey, we'll take it. Alrighty. Now we have access to the V-Star, so we might actually be in a little bit of luck. I don't understand what I am up against, though. Okay, that's very good. I don't think the choice belt ever matters. Right? Not in this situation. Well, it could with the Size-Plosion if I was somehow able to pull that off. So it would be to 10, yeah. Alright, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna do this. Grab the V-Star, choice belt. And I didn't prize any Mewtwo pieces, that's really good. And then we research, and then after we see what we get, we'll figure out what we are missing to get the Mewtwo out, ideally this turn. Alright, I get the double turbo. Huh. So I can't get the Mewtwo right now. Oh, now I can. That was the perfect card to get. Okay, so I'm gonna grab two Mewtwo pieces, right? I grab two Mewtwo pieces, and then I go quick ball away the two Mewtwo pieces for the third Mewtwo piece. And then I go quick ball away the Mewtwo piece for an Arceus. And then I do this, and then we get back the Mewtwo into play, and then we power it up. So somehow, from a attach pass going second, we are somehow able to pull this off and get the Mewtwo going, thanks to that high roll trekking shoes too. So not too bad here. Didn't bench the Arceus because I don't think I need it. I have exact knockout with Size-Plosion on this dude plus this, or on this dude plus this. I'd prefer to knock out the Beetle, of course. And then now all we need is an energy to get a KO with Final Burn. So somehow, some way, we pull this off. And then I didn't bench the Arceus because it could just get gusted up. I want to try and power up the Arceus after I'm attacking with Mewtwo and then make it 2/3/2 prize cards. Okay, we do see a path to a peak. And my opponent is playing Darkness Energy, so I'm gonna need an energy top deck if I'm going to threaten that Crobat. I am holding the boss very luckily. Or I can just get Marnie out of the boss. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. I do get the energy, but that's probably just gonna now power up the benched Arceus. There's no way I top deck boss here because it's at the bottom of the deck and I've already used the other one. So then the Crobat will get rid of the Mewtwo. Okay, another pretty lucky draw. Alright, let's put the energy back. We're gonna use Size-Plosion this turn. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna research. Okay, alright, so 7 damage counters. That means I have 9 left. If I manage to find my other choice build, I could knock out the Crobat follow-up off of this. However, I'm not so sure that's ideal. I feel like just getting the 3 prizes, then all I need to do is knock out Crobat for a game, right? And Crobat will definitely be in the active next turn. Okay, so that's 7. That's a knockout. And then another 7 here. That's another knockout. And then who gets the extra 2? I guess you get them. Because then, if they don't evolve, I can Side Explosion, knock out the Crobat without needing to commit an energy. So, alright. This is not terrible. This is going way better than I expected it to. Alright, there's a Crobat immediately. So, it's gonna come down to me finding boss's orders, I believe. Which I don't have access to right now, or any sort of guaranteed access to next turn. The Hyper Potion could actually come into play against the opposing Arceus to buy me extra turns. Maybe there's a universe where Share and Scare also comes into play. Yep, there's the VMAX. So my Mewtwo is now gone. Nothing I could do about that though. Big Charm on the active doesn't matter. Benching that Arceus just seems very silly, honestly. Alright, bye-bye Mewtwo. Okay, so we need to thin. There is a boss's orders in the deck. Okay. They just top deck this, okay. Alright, so we do this, we do this. So maybe Share and Scare also can put in the work here. So I'm gonna Adventurous Discovery, get these 2 pieces out. I do have the boss's orders left, so no more Pokemon left, so there's no point to the Ultra Ball. That's a good card to have, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. Alright, and there is a Research. Not super useful yet. 1 prize card left for my opponent, so I'm gonna do the Big Charm here. I'm gonna also get rid of this. And then we will go ahead and Trinity Nova. I should have a few energies left, right? Yeah, that's really good. So I get to thin 3 energies as well. So slowly but surely increasing the chances that I just find boss for game. And if I get Marnie, that just gets me closer to the boss anyways, which is great. All right. Trick Ball. Okay, well, there's the Arceus. So, at the very least, I have 2 choices. Oh, well, never mind. I don't have a choice anymore. Never mind. I'm punished for not playing that Ultra Ball. Oh, I did get the Hyper Potion. So, my opponent hits for 200. I heal 120, that means I have 80 left. That's a perfect knockout. So it comes down to their boss's orders, which they are down 0. So this is not great. And now they have a choice build, so the Hyper Potion does not matter. Oh, wait, what? Why would you not just retreat and do 230 damage? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Absolutely no sense whatsoever. That might have lost my opponent the game right there. Why would you do that, friend? That was the worst possible play you could have done. Okay, so we will happily take that. Unfortunately, once again, we do not have the boss in our hand. 9 cards left. No boss's orders. All right. So I want to do this. I want to retreat. I want to evolve. All right. So it comes down to the boss yet again. I'm going to keep the trekking shoes as trekking shoes. Why would they not just do 230? Now they can't win with boss. And I just got the switch. What? I don't understand why they did that. That was such a bad play on their part. Okay, we get to look at the next 3 cards to find the boss's orders. Comes down to that. Share Scare is no longer good. Yeah, the Roxanne timing was perfect, which is really lucky, honestly, to have that at just the right time when you can't directly search for that. But oh well. It all comes down to this. Avery and Trinity Nova. Alright, top deck. I mean, that was 100% on my opponent's less than ideal play. I did what I had to do and they messed it up. So yeah, on to the next match. Alright, so now we're up against Arceus Duraludon. So generally, just from the previous game, I felt like I was playing a worse Arceus deck than normal. Like, that's what it felt like. Okay, so I do have Adventures Discovery. And I did prize a piece this time around. So I'm definitely going to need Peonia. And I'm going to need to get pretty lucky off the Peonia too. So we're going to do this. We do need to establish another Arceus, however. I'm not threatened to be KO'd, which is really good. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I do have the research. And then, you know what? I'm actually just going to bench bolt Arceus. And then we'll pass. I'm probably going to need, like, I might even need to take a few prizes before I can actually discard all the pieces. So I have 3 of them. The way I did my previous turn, my opponent might suspect that I prized a piece. We'll see. Okay, there's the attachment. No Starbirth necessary to fully set up, as expected. Alright, so there's a universe where Mewtwo V-Union can one-shot Duraludon VMAX with a choice belt, since they attach the tools the other way around. That's definitely possible. I will need to recover basic energies most likely, so I can get past the ability of Duraludon VMAX. They chose not to V-Star though, which is arguably a big mistake. Probably won't matter because they play a bunch of stadiums, but I'm still gonna go for a path most likely right here after I research. Don't need to commit to the Peonia just yet. Okay, so am I getting Marnie next turn? I could also not Starbirth either. That plays nicely into... what? Into nothing, really. Well, I guarantee myself the Peonia next turn. But if I don't hit the Mewtwo piece, that's really awful. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna attack here. I have guaranteed Starburst next turn. Oof, okay. Yeah. Okay, I think it's just gonna be 1 energy. Because I'm gonna commit to a double turbo next turn. I need basic energies to power up the Mewtwo with, so that's why. Okay, so they went for Avery. So the plan this turn is I'll Starbirth for Peonia plus double turbo, look at the 3 cards, and if the pieces are not there, I will take any of the other 2 prizes, and then I have a very low chance of not hitting the Mewtwo. Okay, they're still not using Starbirth despite them knowing that the Arceus V-Star will go down this turn. So one bad thing about trying to make what? There's a lightning energy right there. Oh my god. So this deck already has a good Palkia matchup. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a flying Pikachu VMAX right there. I have no words. So the one bad thing about playing in the online ladder is that you'll encounter not very competitive players. So when trying to showcase decks, right, then... Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So we have to remember that's the left side. And it is not there. Okay, so we're going to put back 1 Arceus. We're going to put back the Professor Burnett. And then we're going to put back probably the Adventures Discovery. Yeah. Alright, so now the 2 prizes that I'm going to take will be the ones 4 and 5 or 6 and 5, whatever they are. Yeah. Alright, so Trinity Nova for the knockouts. My opponent never got to use Starburst. Good job, opponents. Okay, so I know these prizes, so I want to take this. There we go. Nice. Okay, so as long as I don't get Marnied, we're in a good spot to get the Mewtwo going and get things moving. We might not be able to do damage to the Duraludon VMAX. I've been also promoted, I was going to say, Lightning Energy 1, so... I guess they've been losing to Lunatone Solrock so much that they decided to play that. I mean... Okay. So it's gonna suck if they go boss and attack the Mewtwo first. They just discarded a Marnie. They did have Raihan this turn. They've had everything so far, so... Alright. If they don't have the boss, then I'm in a really good spot. If they do have the boss, then I'm in a really bad spot. Okay. So goodbye you. And so let's get back the Mewtwo because we are powering it up this turn. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a draw supporter right here. Yeah. I really hope they don't have a boss. Okay, well, I don't know, that Marnie, like, I'll keep it. I don't know if it's good or not, though. Do they have boss? Or do I Marnie them into the boss? That's the question. I mean, maybe they won't realize it. I don't know. It's tough. Best case scenario, they just attack me. Then I go choice belt, KO, KO. Making their big charm placement completely backwards and game losing. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alright, so now I knock out this dude, which can't get a big charm attached, and I just win. Based on the fact that my opponent never, ever utilized their they never utilized their Starbirth. They had so many free turns to use it, and they just never did. For some reason. Okay, I don't know this price. It doesn't matter. I just win. Like, now they need Tool Scrapper plus Big Charm in order to beat me. That's the only way. Well, I guess Echoing Horn plus Boss beats me. But they never play Echoing Horn. And if they have that, then oh well. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's merit to it. I feel like there's just so much you can do against this deck. And my opponents have not played optimally. And that was a Arceus Flying Pikachu VMAX Duraludon VMAX deck. So, questionable. Yeah. Definitely need to play more with the deck, and will be doing so in the lead up to Worlds, but I very much prefer the other Mewtwo V-Union deck. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.